Welcome to the St. Peter's Engineering College, Department of Civil Engineering. Myself, V. Gajendra, Assistant Professor, Department of Civil Engineering. I'm going to be teaching the subject, surveying and geomatics. For the today's session, I'm going to be discussing about Unit 2, leveling. In that, worked examples on reduction of levels. So how we are going to be applying for methods of reduction of levels, taking one example and the concept we are going to be using to finding out the elevations of the points or the reduction of the levels. There the two methods are available in this one. One is we are going to call height of instrument method, is going to be called a HI method, and second method is going to be called as rise and fall method. So rise and fall. So rise and fall method. There the two methods are available. So to evaluate the reduction of level or reduce the level or to evaluate the elevations of the points. One, if you are taking the staff readings by using the leveling instrument. So I want to calculate the elevation. I want to calculate the reduce the level. Always we had to take the staff readings with respect by using the leveling instrument. So then we are going to be getting the staff reading. So the staff reading is not going to be giving that the elevation, or we are going to call it the reduce the level. So that we are going to be reducing to the with respect to that the benchmark or the known elevation. Then we are going to be getting that the reduced level or the elevation we are able to get it. How we are able to finding that the elevation of the points by using that the height of instrument method or line of collimation method, and second is going to be called as rise and fall method. So height of instrument method in previous sessions we discussed. The height of the instrument is not the vertical height from the ground to the instrument. It is going to be the height with respect to that the line of collimation. With respect to the line of collimation and with the ground level ground. So that we are going to be called as height of instrument method. So here the process is going to be taking place. So we are going to be taking that the height of finding out the height of the instrument. From the height of the instrument, we are going to be finding out the elevations of the points. So that is starting from the known elevation is going to be called as benchmark. So benchmark, and we are going to be adding the backside reading is the first reading. We are able to get the height of the instrument. So how we are going to find the height of the instrument? So the height of instrument method. So height of instrument is equal RL of benchmark plus backside reading is going to be giving us the height of the instrument. Then I have to get that the reducer level of the points RL of any point equal to height of the instrument minus intermediate side or height of instrument minus foresight. So the reducer level or the elevations of the points I'm calculating by using these relations. Height of the instrument is going to be using that the known elevation of the benchmark plus backside reading. We are able to get the height of the instrument, and reducer level or elevation of any point, how we are going to be calculated based on that the height of the instrument. So if you are going to be taking that the intermediate side and the foresight, so intermediate side is going to be subtracted from the height of the instrument. We are able to get that the reducer level or the elevation of that point. Or if the reading is the reading comes under the foresight reading, so then the foresight reading is going to be subtracted from the height of the instrument. So we are able to get it going to reduce the level or the elevation of that point. This is the procedure we are going to be using to find out the elevation and as well as the height of the instrument. Now we will discuss one problem to understand how we are finding out the height of the instrument and reduce levels of the points. The problem is the following consecutive readings. The following consecutive readings were taken with a level taken with a dumpy level along a chain line at a common interval of 15 meters. at a common interval of 15 meters. The first reading was at a chainage of 165 meters, where the RL is 98.085 meters. The instrument was shifted after the fourth and ninth readings. So this is the problem, the height of instrument method, how we are going to be using the concept of the height of the instrument method. The following consecutive readings were taken with a dumpy level along a chain line at a common interval of 50 meters. So each reading is taken with the 50 meters interval. The first reading was taken at a chain of 165 meters. Starting from 165 meters, every 50 meters, one staff reading is going to be taken, where the reducer level is 98.085 meters. The instrument was shifted after 4th and 9th reading. This is the most important while you are going to be calculating or while you are going to be entering the staff readings onto the level field book, and then we are going to be finding out the height of the instrument as well as the elevations. For that, this is the most important 4th and 9th readings. The instrument was shifted 4th and 9th reading means 4th reading is going to be comes to the foresight reading. So whenever we are going to be shifting of the instrument, the last reading we are going to be taking as foresight reading. The first reading on the benchmark we are going to be taking as backside reading. So this is the basic, the concept or the basic principle we are going to be using completely in the leveling survey. So the first reading always is the backside reading on the benchmark or the known elevation. Even in change point also, we are going to be taking so there is a known elevation, taking the backside reading. And the last reading before shifting of the instrument, we are going to be taking as the foresight reading. Foresight reading is always the last reading. In between the backside reading and the foresight reading, we are going to be taking the staff readings in intermediate staff readings. The readings is given as 3.150, 3.150, 2.245, 1.125, 0.860, 3.125, 2.760, 1.835, 1.470, 1.965, 1.225, 2.390, and 3.035. So these are the readings, staff readings: 3.150, 2.245, 1.125, 0.860, 3.125, 2.760, 1.835, 1.470, 1.965, 1.225, 2.390, and 3.035. So in the problem is given at the fourth and ninth reading, the instrument was shifted. So this is first reading, second, third reading. This is the fourth reading. So this is going to come under the foresight. So fifth reading, sixth reading, seventh reading, eighth reading, and this is the ninth reading comes under the foresight. So 10, 11, last reading always is going to come under the foresight. So this is first we have noted down how many number of readings will be there. At the fourth and ninth readings, the instrument was shifted. The fourth reading comes under the foresight reading, and ninth reading is going to come under the foresight reading, and the last reading obviously it is going to come under the foresight reading. Yeah, that is the end of the day's work. The last reading is going to be called as foresight reading. Now we have to be entered into the level field book based on the readings what we are going to be taking. So means this is the comes on the first reading always is going to comes on the back side, and this is the foresight. Then this reading and this reading is going to be comes as the intermediate side reading. So similarly, then so from there to here, so the foresight reading here it is going to comes as the backside reading. This will becomes as the backside reading. So then is this is intermediate side, this is intermediate side, and this is intermediate side. Then foresight. After that foresight, it is going to come as the backside reading. This is the backside reading. This is intermediate side reading, and last reading is foresight. So in this way, we are going to be enter into the level field book in the columns, and then we are going to be finding out the height of the instrument wherever the instrument is going to shift. It means two times instrument is going to shift. It means we are able to get the two height of the instruments. So then based on that one, we are going to be finding out the elevations of the points or finding out the reduced levels of the points. Now we are going to be starting with the tabular column. Chinese, backside reading, intermediate side, foresight, height of instrument, RL, and last column is remarks. Last column is going to be remarks. So Chinese is going on 165 meters. (180) every 50 meters, 195, 210, 225, 225, 240, 255, 255, 270, 285, 285, and 300. Now the first reading is backside reading is 3.150. 3.150. For the reduced level is going to be given a 98.805. 98.805. 3.150. So then 2.245. 2.245. 1.125. 0.86. 3.125. 2.760. 1.835. 1.47. 1.965. 1.225. 2.39. 3.035. So these are the readings, staff readings. Staff readings is going to be taken. So based on the readings is given what? The fourth means 1, 2, 3, fourth reading. This is the fourth reading. Then the ninth reading is going to be at the fourth and ninth reading, the instrument was shifted. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is the ninth reading. So that's why the fourth and ninth readings is going to be entered into the foresight, entered into the foresight column. Remaining will be, so once you are taking the foresight, then the same point we are going to shifting the instrument, then we are going to taking the backside on the same point. That's why at the change this we are going to be called as change point. This is change point 1, and this is we are going to call it change point 2. change point 1 and change point 2. So now, so we have calculated the height of the instrument for this one, for height of the instrument. Here one height of the instrument is going to be coming. Here one height of the instrument is going to be coming, and here one height of the instrument is going to be coming. So there are the three height of the instruments we are going to be coming. The first setup, second setup, and third setup. Now the height of instrument is, so we are using that 98.98. That is the reduced level of the benchmark. This is benchmark. Reduce the level plus the the backside reading, we are able to get the height of the instrument. The height of the instrument is 101.235. Added there. So then height of the instrument minus intermediate side reading. Intermediate side reading and force reading will be subtracted. So we are able to get that the elevation of the point 98.89. 98.89. So height of the instrument minus intermediate side, we are able to get the, so the elevation of this part, the point 180. Suppose if you are going to be taking that this is the A, B, C, D, E, F point, G, H, I, and J points are there. A point, this is the elevation of the point. So B point we are going to be calculating by using that the height of the instrument. This is the height of the instrument. We are able to get it 98 plus 3.150. Similarly, height of the instrument minus one more intermediate side is there. So we are able to get it is going to be called as the 100.11. So the elevation of the point C is 100.11. How we are able to get it? So height of the instrument minus 1.25. How we are able to get it? So this is subtracted. So this we are going to be subtracted. We are able to get the elevation of the point C. Now similarly 101 to this, so we are able to get it. The elevation of the point D. So 101.235 minus 0.86. So we are able to get the elevation of the point D. So 100.375. 100.375. So then the instrument is going to be shifted. That's why we are able to get one more height of the instrument. So 100.375 plus 3.125. 100.375 plus 3.125. We are able to get the height of instrument 2. That is 103.5. This is 103.5. So this is the second height of the instrument. Now from this height of the instrument, one hundred 3.5 is the second height of the instrument minus 2.76. I am able to get the elevation of the point E. Elevation of the point E is 103.5 minus 2.6. I am able to get the elevation of the point E is 100.74. 100. Similarly, I want to get elevation of the point F. 103.5 minus 1.835. Elevation of the point F I am going to be getting. This is also the intermediate side. That's why we are going to be subtracting from the height of the instrument. 101.665. 101.665. So then the one more intermediate side is 1.470. One more intermediate side is 1.470. That is the G point. So 103.5 minus 1.470. Elevation of the point G I am able to get. 102.03. 102.03. So then now 103.5 elevation of the point H I want to get is 103.5 minus 1.965. 103.5 minus 1.65. I am able to get the elevation of the point H. Elevation of the point H is 101.535. 101.535. Now I have to be calculate what is the height of the instrument for this setup. So I am going to be taking this elevation of the point, there is a change point 2 at the, that is the elevation of the H plus the backside reading at the H, backside reading at the H. I am able to get the height of the instrument for 3. So that is 102.76. 102.76 is 105.35 plus backside reading at the H. I am able to get the height of the instrument plus backside of the reading. The 1.53 is the known elevation at the point H, and adding to that the 1.225, that is backside reading at the point H, we are able to get the height of the instrument is 102.76. So from this we are going to be subtracting the elevation of the point. From this we are going to be subtracting elevation of the last point. We are able to get it. So 102.76 minus 2.39 is the intermediate sight reading at the high point, 2.39. So 100.370, 100.370, 102.76 minus 3.035. So that is the foresight reading at the point J. Foresight reading at the 300 meters chain is. Foresight reading at the 300 meters chain is 3.035. Then it is the reading is 99.725. So now we calculated at 165 what is the elevation is. In the problem itself is given at the benchmark 98.05. Elevation of elevation at the 180 meters calculated. Elevation at 195 meters. Elevation or reduced level at 195 meters, 210 meters, 225 meters chain is, 240 meters chain is, 255 meters chain is, 270, 285 and 300 meters chain is. All the elevations of the points calculated. Reduced levels are calculated by using the height of the instrument. The process is height of the instrument means there is a known elevation plus backside reading. We are able to get the height of the instrument. From the height of the instrument, intermediate sight or the foresight. What is the staff reading will be there. If it is intermediate sight, it is going to be subtracted from the height of the instrument. We are able to get the elevation of that point. Similarly, so the height of the instrument minus foresight, we are able to get elevation of that particular point. So this is the method we are going to be using to calculate the elevation of the points. We are going to call it the height of instrument method. So then we have to calculate over there. So what is the sum of all the backsides we have to calculated? The sigma of backsides 7.5, sigma of foresights sigma of backsides is 7.5, sigma of the foresights is 5.86. 5.86. Now, whatever the elevations we calculated, whether it is correct or not, we have to apply the check. So, arithmetical check. Sigma BS minus sigma foresight equal to last RL minus first RL. So this is the check. Sigma summation of all the backsides minus summation of all the foresights equal to LRL is going to be called last reducer level minus FRL is the first reducer level. Sigma BS already we calculated 7.5 minus foresights is 5.86 equal to last RL we calculated 99.725 minus first RL is 98.085. So this value is 1.64. This value also 1.64. So the same value we are able to get. That is so we verified. So sigma BS minus sigma FS equals to last RL, last reduced level minus first reduced level is coinciding, or it is going to be matching. Then whatever we calculated the elevations is right, or reduced levels is going to be right. If it is not, so balancing, it is not going to be satisfies the equation. So then so somewhere we did a mistake while calculating that the height of the instrument, or otherwise we are calculating the elevations of the points. So either manual mistake, or otherwise the mistake will be there in entering the data into the tabular column. Entering the data into the tabular column, where so you are going to be done mistake in the entry of the staff readings in the respected columns. Then it while calculating the height of the instrument is goes wrong, as well as the elevations is going to be the elevations or the reduced levels is going to be depending on that how the height of instrument we are going to calculate it. Based on the height of the instrument only, we are able to get the reduced level or elevations of the points. So that's why we have to enter the staff readings properly onto the respective columns of back sight reading, intermediate sight reading, force sight reading, and then we calculated the height of the instrument, then we calculated the reduced level of the reduced levels. So this method we are going to call as the height of instrument method. The same problem we will do that one more method is going to be called as rise and fall method. So next method is going to be called as the rise and fall method. So in this method is going to be called as the consecutive readings we are going to be comparing the consecutive readings. If we are going to be getting that the negative, the difference is going to be negative, then it is going to becomes another fall. So the difference of the 2 points that is going to be comparing, then we are going to difference of the 2 points, two staff readings we are going to be getting positive value, then it is going to becomes as the rise. So the staff reading will be rise, the point will be rise, or the point will be in the low level if it is going to be getting the negative one. A to B, I'm going to be comparing. B point will be with respect to A, B point will be at low level or high level, depending upon you are able to get the difference is positive or the negative. Suppose I'm going to be taking like this. So here the one and so this is the staff reading I'm going to be taking. So this staff reading is, so it's the less value, and this staff reading will be 1.5. Now the point A and point B. Point B will be at lower level, point A will be at the higher level. So the difference of is 0.7 minus 1.5. So 1.5 minus 0.7, that's a minus 0.8. Minus 0.8 means B is at the lower level. If you are going to be getting that the negative value you are going to be the difference of the 2 points with respect to A, I am going to take the difference of the 2 points is going to be getting the negative value. The second point will be at the lower level with respect to the first point. The second point or the second staff reading will be at the lower level. So similarly, if I am going to be taking that the positive value I am going to be getting. Now this is the opposite to that one. Here the staff reading will be 0.5. So this is the C point and this is the B point. Here the staff reading is so 1.5. Now the difference B to C is 1.5 minus 0.5 is 1. So positive means B to C with respect to the B, C is at the rise. C is at the rising level at the highest location or the highest elevation will be there. This is 1.5. Staff reading is 1.5 at the B point. The staff reading at C is 0.5 will be there. That means C point will be at a higher level than the B point. B point will be at lower level. Means here we are going to be taking the difference of the 2 points, 1.5 and 0.5 is going to be getting plus 1.0. Then it is going to be showing that the C point will be at the higher level with respect to the B level. B level at the lower level, B point will be at lower level, C point will be at the higher level. So in this way, we are going to be comparing or taking the differences of consecutive points continuously. If we are going to be getting that the negative, the difference is going to be negative, that point will become under the fall. If the difference is going to be getting the positive, the next point will be the comparative point will be positive, means it is going to be the rise. Then we are going to be calculating here rise and fall method. That's why we are going to be calculating comparison of the points and we are write that the respective the consecutive readings whether rise or the fall. Once you are going to be estimating or finding out the rise and fall, then we are going to be calculating elevations. Elevation, how we are going to be calculating elevation? Known elevation. From the known elevation, we are going to be started at the benchmark from known elevation. From that, if the rise will be there, that is going to be positive. That's why we are going to be added. We are going to be getting the elevation of next point. So then if it is going to be, the fall will be there, it is going to be kind of negative. So from the reduced level, we are going to be subtracting. So then we are going to be getting the elevation of next point. So the fall is going to be subtracted to the reduced level, and we are going to be getting the next point reduced level or the elevation of the next point. If it is going to be rise, so the reduced level is going to be calculated by adding to the known elevation. We are going to be getting the elevation or the reduced level for the next point. So like this, the process is going to be continued till to a end of the point or the end of the distances. So rise is going to be added and fall is going to be subtracted. So here the rise and fall method, that's why we are going to be calculating the rise and falls. In previous method, the height of the instrument, based on that one, the name is going to be given for the method. Height of the instrument method, height of instrument, based on the height of instrument, we are going to be finding out the elevations of the point. There, the key point is height of the instrument. If you done perfectly the height of the instrument, we can find out the elevations very easily. Here, the method is going to be called a rise and fall method. Here, the key point is going to be, key factor is going to be called as, you have to be calculated properly the rise and fall for the consecutive readings. Then based on that one, we are going to be finding out the elevations of the points. That's why they're going to be called rise and fall method. Now the same problem, the previous problem, same problem we are going to be calculated, rise and by the rise and fall method. Backside trading, intermediate side, foresight, foresight, rise, fall, RL, and remarks. Rise, fall, and remarks. So backside, intermediate side, foresight, rise, fall is negative. So then 3.150 3.15, 2.245, 2.245, 1.125, 0.860, 3.125, 2.760, 1.835, 1.47, 1.965, 1.225, 2.39, 3.035. So these are the readings: 3.15, 2.245, 1.125, 0.86, 3.125, 2.76, 1.835, 1.47, 1.25, 1.965, 2.39, 3.035. So that is, so at the fourth reading, the instrument was shifted, and similarly for the ninth reading, the instrument was shifted. The same problem, previous one, height of the instrument we worked out. Now we are going to be working out by using the rise and fall method, second method. So now what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be comparing. This is the comparison. Difference of these 2 points I have to take. So this is the 3.15 and 2.245. 3.15 minus 2.245. So the difference is positive. Then the 2.24 point is going to be the rise point. So I'm going to be entering into that the rise. .905. Similarly, I'm going to comparison these two, 2.245 and minus 1.25. This is also comes in the rise. The difference is positive value. This comes around 1.120. 1 point. Then I am going to be comparing these two. 1.125, next reading is 1.125 and 0.860. So this is also the positive value, so 0.265. Now I will not compare these two readings, 0.86 and 3.125. I am not going to be comparing because at the same point we are having two readings. So consecutive readings we have to be considered. So that's why if you compare the 0.86 and 3.125, then it goes wrong. The problem is goes wrong and we are not able to get the correct elevation because same point we are taking the backside reading and foresight reading. So foresight reading for the previous setup and backside reading for the next setup of the instrument. Instrument is going to shift it. So that's why the same point will be having two staff readings will be there. We cannot compare. Only consecutive readings only we are going to be comparing. That's why next we are going to be comparing these two. 3.125 minus 2.76. This is also the difference is going to be positive, comes another rise. 0.365. Then we are going to be comparing these two. 2.76 and 1.835. 2.76 and 1.835. 0.925. Then we are going to be comparing these two. 1.835 and 1.47. This is also comes to the rise. Difference is going to be positive. Is going to become rise 0.365. Then comparing 1.47 and 1.965. 1.47 and 1.965. So the difference is -1. So -1 that is going to become another fall. 0.495. Then we will not come. We will not going to consider this. We are not going to be considered. This is if you compare this around 1.965 with 1.225 because the same point we are having two staff readings will be there because that is going to be called change point. So this is we are going to be called as CP2 and this is CP1. Change point will be having the foresight of the previous setup and so the back reading of the next setup reading. That's why the same point will be having two staff readings we cannot consider. That is not the consecutive readings, the same point. So now we are going to comparing with 1.25 and 2.39. 1.25 and 2.39. Here the difference is going to be called a negative, and then it is going to become another form. 1.165. Then comparing with the 2.39 and 3.035. Last reading 2.39 3.035. This is also the difference is negative, coming into that the fall. 0.645. So now we calculated for the rise and fall method, we calculated what is the rise and what is the fall we calculated. So then our final is going to be called as we are calculate the elevations based on the rise or fall. So if the rise, so for the known elevation we are going to be added, that is the positive one. If it is going to fall, so the corresponding reduced level is going to be from the reduced level we are going to subtracted. We are going to be getting the reduced level or elevation of the next point we are going to be getting. So the reduced level is given as 98.085. 98. So this is the benchmark. From this, so the 98.085 rise is given plus 0.905. So we are going to be getting the 98.99. Elevation of the next point, I got it. Then, so we take this point and next point also, the next point also is going to be got rise 98.99 plus 1.2, 1.12. We are going to be getting the elevation of the next point. 100.11. So then 100.11, once again it is going to be 0.265 also is a rise. For next point I had to add a rise is given. Next elevation I am able to get it. 100.375. So next point also is the rise 100.375 plus 0.365. We are going to be getting the elevation of the next point. 100.74. 100.74. Once again, it is going to raise 0.925. We are going to add 100.74 plus 0.2925. We are going to add it. So we are going to be getting there 101.665. So the next 101.665. Once again, it is the next point also the rise 0.365 added. Then we are going to be getting elevation of next point 102.03. 102.03. Next is going to be comparing. This is going to be called as fall. 0.495 is going to be called fall. For the previous elevation, we are going to subtract it. 102.03 minus 0.495. We are going to be getting the elevation of the next point. 101.535. Then next point is also is fall. 1.165 is the fall. 101.535 minus 1.165. We are going to be getting the elevation of next point. 100.37. 100.37. Next point, last point also is going to become another fall of 0.645. 100.37 minus 0.645. 99.725. 99.725. So what are the rises? Backsides where the sigma we have calculated is 7.5. What are the four sides? We are going to calculate 5.86. 5.86. Rises, what are the sigma is 3.945. And falls, what is the sigma value? Total value is 2.305. 2.305. So now I had to apply the arithmetical check for the rise and fall method. Rise and fall method. Rise and fall method. Sigma Vs minus sigma Fs equal to sigma rise minus sigma fall equal to LRL minus FRL. So this is the equation for the rise and fall method to check that where we calculated correct or not. Elevations of all the points we calculate correct or not. So sigma Bs we calculated is 7.5 minus Fs is 5.86. Sigma rise is 3.945. Sigma fall is 2.305. What is the loss? 99.725 minus 98.805. 0.85. So sigma Bs, sigma ys, sigma rise, sigma fall, and 99.725 minus 98.085 is the first reduced level. So 7.5 minus 5.86 is the positive value. 1.64 equal to 3.945 minus 2.305, 1.64 equals to 99.725 minus 98.085 is 1.64. So the equation arithmetic check is going to be satisfied. So the summation of the backsides minus summation of the foresight equal to summation of the rise, summation of the falls equal to last reduced level minus first reduced level. LRL means last reduced level minus first reduced level is going to be gives you that the check. So all 1.64, 1.64, then so whatever we calculate the rise and fall is going to be correct. From based on the rise and fall, we calculated the elevations is right. Elevation of the reduced levels is also right. In this way, we are going to be calculating that the elevations are the reduced levels of the given points by using rise and fall method. Previous we used it for height of instrument method. Height of instrument is going to be called as basic, and here the rise and fall is going to be called as so the principle we are going to be using based on the rise and fall principle, we are going to be finding out the elevations of the points. So this is the worked out example, and we are going to apply application, how we are going to apply the rise and fall method, and how we are going to apply height of instrument method to calculate the elevations or to calculate the reduced levels of the points. So next class we will go for the next session. We will go for the corrections for the curvature and correction for the refraction. How we are going to be doing.